Alright guys, today I'm just going to have a look at tyre pressures. It started out with 25 psi and they were way too soft. We currently have 35 psi and I think we're going to pump it up to 45 psi, which is the maximum rating for this tyre. Well, maximum rating for this tyre with 840 something kilos of weight, and that's per tyre, so well within range. But I think we'll bump it up to about that 45. So the reason we're going to play with tyre pressures, as you can see, it's quite spongy. Right, now even if I just rock it, now I don't know how much of that sidewall movement or not, or just from the tyres. So we'll see what it's like with more pressure in. This is 35, we'll see what it's like with 45. And then we're going to fill the tyres with some water in another video, which we have just received our tool to do. First of all, we'll do the two front ones and then the two rear to see how that goes. So let's whack some extra pressure in these. Now, surprisingly enough, this gauge is pretty accurate. Now, I don't think you need to sit here and listen to me do this, so I'll just pause it there and come back to you. Okay, now surprisingly this thing's really actually handy. It's actually probably my favourite way of inflating tyres. It's portable, the gauge is pretty accurate. I very rarely ever need a compressor. Obviously it's a little bit slower. We've done all three, this is the last one. .45 psi on the dot. I think it feels less rocky. That definitely makes a big difference. So it's not squishing down in the sidewall as much. It's a lot better. Even when I shake that, you can feel, I think we could probably go to 50 psi. Whoop. Still pretty leapy in the back. %, improvement with the 45 psi. It'd be my starting point for anyone else. For anyone else wanting to start with their PSI and work out where to go with their tyre pressures, I think you'd be starting at 45 psi. It does take away a little bit from the ride, I guess. You know what? I'd say no. Goes through the drain perfectly fine. To be honest, I'm pretty tempted to take them up to 50 psi. What do you reckon? Have another go? Let's see what we can do. 50 psi on all these tyres. Or I think it's 3.5 bar. That's not bar as in sheep for you New Zealanders. That's BAR as in pressure bar. $50 on the dot, 3.4 bar. I tell ya, it feels a lot more rigid just rocking it backwards and forwards. Feels good through the drain. It feels stable. Look, so it's obviously a lot more firm on the ground, but taking some of that wheel compression out of the sidewall is making a huge difference. So in summary, I think my starting point for pressures would probably be that 45 psi. Honestly, 50 psi feels a lot better, a lot more stable on the ground. It is a lot firmer, but that's to be expected. I'm going to tell you that if you wanted to set your machine up for everyday use, to start it at that 45 psi. Now that doesn't account for every situation. So you might be just running around inside a nursery somewhere and that 35 psi mark might be a little bit more comfortable for the operator. if they're not too much worried about it, they're just puttering around all the time. But I think if you're going to get stuck in and really do a fair bit of work, you're going to want to increase those tyre pressures. Tell me in the comments what's worked for you. Have you had an experiment? What do you run on your tyre pressures? Do you have a wheeled machine? Love to hear from you. Thanks guys, have a great day.